can you walk us through the what does it look like if I'm a new Interview Valet customer? I'm a thought leader. I've got a product or service, and I want to get myself out there. What's my experience look like? How does it work?
Sure. Well, first of all, we have a discussion, right? Is this going to be right for you? And really, we look at four things: message, market, machine, and match. All of those multiply together to give results. And we'll tell you, we think you could do this to improve your results. There's a lot of people who will go back and say, hey, could you do this before you start with us? Because your results will be so much better. So the message is, do you have stories to tell, not just a product to sell, right? Do you have something that's interesting to share? Podcasts are an awful place for infomercials, but they're a great place to earn the respect, awareness, and trust of those people that might buy. So the message, most people have the good message, right? I'd say the biggest people we had to struggle with on message was news commentators. One of our early clients, if you ever watch, and he knows that, he gave me permission to tell this story. Morgan Wright, if you ever watch Fox News, there's a gray hair cybersecurity analyst. Morgan is one of the smartest guys I know, but he answers everything in a soundbite that's like 30 to 45 seconds. And we had to sit down with him and work on his message. I'm like, dude, this is a 30 to 45 minute podcast. You got to tell longer stories than this. So we work with them on their message. The next one is the market. Do you know who you want to talk to? And do you have something that can serve them? And it also helps if it's a national audience, right? If you come to me, Jason, and say, I want to just focus on people within 20 miles of Annapolis, that's going to be really, really hard off of national podcasts, right? Yeah. So we look at their market and what they're offering there. So message, market, machine is the next one. When I hear you on a podcast, I am going to go to your website. I am going to check out your social media. And, if your website looks like it was built in Y2K and your social media looks like you're in the witness protection plan, probably should tune those up before you start getting out there. And then finally,
so do you guys provide some coaching around the website and social media and all that?
We do best practices, ideas, and we, if you need more than that, we know some people that will refer you to. But most of the time, it's just little things on that. And then the final one is the match, right? We focus on business, faith and spirituality, and health, nutrition, and wellness. So if you want to get on comedy podcasts, it may work for you, but we're not the partner for you. And so we go through that to predict results. And, if it looks good, we take it back to our leadership team and say, hey, how would this work out for Jason? Let's put a plan together. And so we'll present you with a plan on this is how we think it would look. And, here's the type of podcast we think you would find your ideal audience. If that looks good, then we get started. I'm very process driven, or process if you're in Canada. And so with that, the first week is all the certified guest success setup. All right. That's what we call it. It's onboarding, right? Nobody signs up and says, I can't wait to go through onboarding, but it's important to get that foundation. So that first week, it takes about 90 minutes of our client's time. We'll do a kickoff call with their account manager, with our marketing person, get a one sheet together. We'll go out and find the podcast for them, build them an online dashboard because they're briefed on every podcast. Then we'll do a walkthrough interview, sort of a practice interview with me. All of that takes about a week and about 90 minutes of time. And then we start inviting them to get them invited out onto podcasts. And then really it's largely wash, rinse, and repeat, right? So you get the invitation, you schedule it, we'll brief you beforehand and to say, okay, here's the podcast. Here's background on the host, the audience, common questions they ask, all their social media. I had a boss in the Navy when Commander Duncan said, only kids and clowns like surprises. Which one did you take me for? Never a good conversation on that. But I always remember that afterwards. So none of our clients are kids and clowns. They don't like surprises. So we prep them for all of that. They go on to the interview, do a great job, and then we get feedback from the host and the guest so we can continually improve and improve. It's a process where we try to get our clients the maximum return on investment of their time and their money.